Well, hello out there, all you dedicated dandies, and welcome to the FD Movie Podcast. I am your host, Andrew, along with my fellow foppish friends, Brandon.
Hello.
And Chris.
What's up?
And today we're going to talk about a movie franchise that's very special to all of us, I think.
Everyone in the world.
Why wouldn't it be?
Should be.
This is literally one of the most important things to happen to sci-fi ever, I think.
Yeah.
In 1979, actually about a month before I was brought into this world, I think, scary enough, a little movie called Alien was unleashed by Fox Films, and we're going to talk about the entire franchise today, starting with the first one. So, what are your guys' thoughts straight out the gate?
Alien, I consider it the absolute pinnacle of sci-fi horror. And it's not near as scary today as it was when I was little, you know. And I'm sure back then it was terrifying back then. But, you know, by today's standards it's not that scary, but I still consider it sci-fi horror, you know. It's very enclosed.
Oh, absolutely. It's
scary.
It is one of the most, I think, outstanding films that has been made in that genre. Like,
oh yeah, I consider it the pinnacle.
It is.
It
really is.
I can't name one to top it.
I can't either.
I mean, we talked about Terminator a few weeks back and how it was kind of sci-fi horror suspense in a way compared to the second one, and you're going to see a lot of that between that and the second one as far as Aliens as well. But I think that this one goes further than that because you're in space and you are alone.
Yeah,
I mean, you got a small group of people, but you know once they start going, it's. I think it still has one of the creepiest original scenes in probably any movie.
Yeah, which one?
The one where it come out of his chest.
Oh, the chest burster scene.
Yeah, yes.
Which most people, if you're a fan of the movie, then you'll know anyway. But just in case you don't, the actors weren't told what was actually going to happen before they filmed that scene. So whenever those actors are like screaming and don't know what to do, it's because they really didn't. I don't remember her name, but
Veronica Cartwright got the money shot right in the face.
Right in the face. And you could see she was terrified.
Yeah.
She had no clue it was going to happen.
Yeah.
It was, and that's the kind of stuff that makes genuine films.
Yeah,
you know, they don't do that today.
No, they don't.
They get sued.
They rely on that, and they rely on I think too much effects. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know. There's something where if you look back at older movies, sometimes it's really dated when you see puppets and you see stuff that they've handmade props. And I don't know, like CGI can make things so much better. But
it can.
And certain things, man, I think, and like in a genre like this, in a movie like this, I think CGI would have ruined it.
Yeah,
I think it would have just been even cheaper looking. You know.
Well, and they were so
Obviously
much. There was so much.
That time,
like there was such a high level of attention to detail that I don't think anything would have got through. I don't know of anything that did get through.
Yeah, and talking about attention to detail, Ridley Scott said he cast the best actors he could find, so he wouldn't have to give them any direction, so he could focus on the visual style.
Right.
The movie.
And that's important, and that's good.
Yeah.
You want to have good people around you if you want your vision to come across. I mean, that's for sure. I think that having that kind of to me when in these older movies when they did stuff like that, it showed that they worked on trying to make these creatures when they make these big body animatronics and stuff, and they tried to make them look as realistic as possible.
Oh yeah.
And they turned out usually as scary as possible. And in a lot of those big blockbuster movies, they end up looking very good. Jaws. Jaws was another one that I thought looked really, really good.
Absolutely.
And I just don't feel like especially when CGI started coming in the mid '90s. I didn't think looking back it was great then, but looking back it was terrible for the movie. Because it was just terrible at CGI. The technology wasn't there yet. So a lot of times you'd get those animatronics, they would look so much better, in my opinion,
Yeah.
It looks so much better.
I
So I
absolutely
think
agree.
you can immerse yourself into the movie a lot more when they actually, because they have to focus on making this thing look as real as possible and working as real as possible. Sometimes it doesn't work out that way, but I don't know. That's just how I feel.
I think, and like you said just a minute ago, on the big budget movies, or maybe not big budget movies, but on the better received movies of, years
70s,
gone,
80s, yeah.
The practical effects of those movies most of the time blow CGI away.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime I see practical effects in a modern movie over CGI, I cheer.
I know I do too. I love that. Fan. That's kind of what I liked about, because didn't The Force Awakens kind of have some, and like a really small amount didn't have some kind, and I was just kind of a throwback to the old Star Wars movies in the 70s and 80s, and I thought that was great.
Well, and and we're getting a little off track with the CGI, but I just wanted to say, that it takes away so much. Like, for instance, Wolf of Wall Street, a very basic, like, it's all dialogue, which, I mean, if you consider fuck dialogue, it's very basic movie. There should be no need for CGI whatsoever, but damn near the whole thing is CGI.
What for? I've never seen it.
Like, every scene on a boat is all CGI. Wow. The whole entire thing. All the office stuff was all CGI'd. Like, it's terrible that they are cheapening movies. They're
I feel like they are in those scenes. Like, instead of finding a cool mountaintop somewhere, and I get maybe the cost thing, but instead of finding a cool cliff or something, like Hacksaw Ridge. Did you watch Hacksaw Ridge yet? So Hacksaw Ridge, they're on this thing talking about him going off to war, and you can clearly see they're behind a green screen.
Yeah.
Like this cliff, over the cliff, and then the sunset's all CGI'd. And I think that you can tell just as bad. It's just as bad. It's just as horrible looking, and you can tell it's just as obvious as an old Tim Burton movie using those old toy models that they, and to me, I almost prefer that anymore. Even though I can tell what they are, I almost prefer that.
Yeah, those toy models look damn good.
Well, they do, and at least some artist somewhere spent a lot of fucking time and energy on making this look pretty good, and I commend them for that. Now you don't have to.
Yeah. Well, and I don't think, and a lot of the time when people talk about practical effects versus CGI, if you look to people like Ridley Scott, it doesn't matter what kind of animatronics or practical effects you're using. If you have the right angles and the right cinematography, you get everything perfect, it doesn't matter how good a quality your animatronics are. It's gonna look good if you know how to work that camera like he does.
A lot of it went into the design of this movie, too. Yeah. We haven't yet talked about H.R. Giger and his design of the alien. And
that design, that was like the freakiest looking fucking thing. I mean, the xenomorph. That's one of the coolest creatures to me. I think it's one of the coolest.
It is.
Weird bi-mecha sexual looking.
And like if you look at like the art from the movie, everything is sexual. Like everything is super sexual, and I didn't realize that till I was old.
Later.
Yeah,
but. Oh my gosh, like everything is very, very, I don't know, sex driven, I guess I'd say. I don't know. There's a lot of creepiness mixed in with it.
Which adds to the mystery of the creature itself.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, speaking of that, we all recently went and watched Halloween on the big screen.
Yeah. Which was the best.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was awesome. And me and Chris were talking. They had a trailer before it for the new Insidious movie, whatever it is.
Yeah, the final key or some chapter key. I can't remember what it was.
Anyway,
the last key.
They give away all the creatures in the trailer.
Yep.
They're all jump scares, and we're like, oh my gosh, just shoot us now.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the trailer for Alien, the original trailer?
Huh.
No.
Don't show the creature at all.
Really?
It's just an egg, and there's like screams going on in the background.
Yeah.
And you're going over the surface of this planet. They give nothing away, and you're intrigued. And
that right there is the big problem, because I mean, I've said this before. Everybody wants to be spoon fed.
Yeah.
Everybody was so mad that they showed off, and they had a right to be in this case. But like in Batman v Superman, they showed off everything. They showed off Doomsday, and everybody was pissed. Like, right, you couldn't have just left that for the movie.
Yeah.
Like because that would have been at least a nice little surprise. Because everybody just thought it was going to be focused around Batman and Superman. That was it. So they showed way too much nowadays in trailers. And then on the other end though, if you stop. People are like, well, I don't understand what the fuck's going on. What I need to know how this is explained.
I want to know. I want to know how it ends before it even comes out.
Yeah, and it needs to be explained to me right now what's going on.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It kind of goes both ways. I think people are going to complain no matter what. But I agree with you. I think there should just be nothing.
And not only that, I think that I would take that a step further. Even in the film itself, not just the trailer, I think in a horror movie, the less you show, the scarier it is.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah.
And this film is a great example of
which, Aliens isn't meant to be a scary movie. And I'm not trying to jump ahead on you guys or nothing, but, for instance, on Aliens, whenever the xenomorph comes down and starts taking the crew away, that first real big part, they don't show you hardly anything at all. It's just, you see it, you see them, then you see, the screen, and they're like, oh, tell us what's going on, and then a flat line. Like, it's all still in your head, but it's so...
They based that off of Americans fighting the Vietnamese in the jungle, and that's scary to think about.
Yeah,
where it's coming from.
Yeah. They have no idea, and that was awesome to me. That's and that's like you were saying, it's intriguing. It gets people wondering. They want to go to this movie and watch it because they want to know what's actually going on.
Yeah.
They want to keep watching this movie because they want to know what was attacking. But instead, you got movies like this new Insidious that, well, they already showed you in the trailer.
Yeah.
What the monster.
And I actually like the Insidious movies. They're very good. In fact, the first two at least are some of the newest, scariest movies that I like. They're like out of all the new scary movies, that's the ones I like the most. Yeah. So, it's kind of fun to see that in those trailers.
And we've talked about this before, but I don't like jump scare. I don't like the whole idea of jump scares. There's a purpose for them, and I think that the people that are making films today don't understand the purpose of them. They just use them for cheap thrills.
Just to get through their shitty plot.
I don't remember the guy's name, but there is a guy on YouTube that made a video, and he actually has night vision footage of people in a theater as they're watching these scary movies. And like at the very first of the movie, whenever there's jump scares, they're all like jumping out of their seat and they're all freaked out. And then when you get to the very big end scary part,
they're let down.
They're just sitting sitting there doing nothing because they're already let down.
Well, you're tired. You're tired.
Yeah. You're exhausted from getting jump scared so much.
Yeah, you're just exhausted and you're already tired.
Scary movies today are they are the Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Straight up.
Old scary movies like Alien are
suspense building.
The Resident Evil 1 of scary games.
Yeah. It gets tenser and tenser. It
yeah,
builds and it
exactly.
builds. And you're waiting for shit
even though it's not near as scary
Halloween
of an idea.
Like
it's not near as scary of an idea as the new ones.
Well, and I love the plot for the first Alien because it was such a simple... It was pretty simple.
People getting picked off one by one.
It was kind of...
You never knew.
It was just a simple... basic thing, and it did everything it needed to do. It introduced its characters, it introduced the xenomorph, the exact way this creature, little by little, we're like, what the fuck is this? Now what the fuck is this? Now they find this thing that was on this dude's face, and now it's gone, and now it seems like it's dead, but now then you see its skin, and it's like, like what the fuck is going on?
Yeah. Well, and
then this thing comes up behind, what's his name? Oh god, what's his fucking name? He just died.
Talking about
the older guy.
Tom Skerritt.
No, Tom Skerritt was Dallas.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the other one. I think he was the first to go.
Oh, John Hurt.
Maybe. No, I would know the name. I can't remember his damn name. He just died like a little while back. He's an older actor. He was shit. I can't remember. It's been a long time since I've seen it, and I can't remember his name now. Is that the actor's name? Anyway, he went to look for the cat. They separated. He went to look for the cat.
Oh yeah,
Harry Dean Stanton.
Yes.
Great character actor.
Yeah. And that was awesome.
Yeah.
Him and his character's name is Brett. Him and
Brett,
Parker,
right.
And I love all the characters in this movie. It's a great ensemble cast, which
it
just
is.
about every one of these, because Weaver wasn't a star. She came straight off Broadway.
Right.
Just about every one of these movies were an ensemble cast.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about this when I was preparing some notes. Parker and Brett, the two guys down in the bowels of the ship, kind of remind me of me and you at work.
Yeah.
Just constantly going on, and hey, when we gonna get paid?
Yeah.
And
I loved how even when the shit was going down, they were asking about how much raise they could get.
Yeah. Well, I want to talk about these shares.
Yeah. They wanted to get an extra share. He actually, I watched, which I mean, a lot of people have. You probably have too. The director's cut, and
Talking about Yaphet Kotto, the black guy.
No, right before that, when the Xenomorph first comes down full size, like right before that, there's a part in the director's cut where it's just like swinging on the chain. That is terrifying. There's no music, no nothing. It's just
chains clinking.
Yeah, it's just
water
swinging,
dripping.
and he looks up at it and doesn't even notice it. Oh, dude, that's...
What do you think about the way Dallas died? Like, obviously he was off screen, but like
That scared me as a kid.
It was probably the scariest thing I'd ever seen.
That's how you do a jump scare.
it was it was just out like in this jump. It's like hug. It looked like he was going to hug him or something, but and just I don't know. Like it looks kind of funny now, but back back then it was freaky.
I think the payoff where they cut his screen out and it went to black and all you hear is fuzz. I think that was geniusly done.
Yeah.
Though even if it did look kind of silly.
Yeah, I agree. I thought all around this movie was pretty fucking terrifying though. And I mean, which I don't think it really kicked in until about an hour in, or just under an hour in. I think is when it first
when
out
it
of his
first
chest.
really gets scary. About an hour. Well, not quite an hour.
Yeah.
But yeah, when it first starts
One of the
getting
most
scary.
terrifying scenes ever. I think I really do. I think that was just. It was just one of the most iconic scenes. In any movie.
Yeah. I would say the chest burster scene is probably top 10 most recognized scenes
ever.
of all time.
The chestburster scene got this movie greenlit.
Yeah.
Because the two of the production guys at Brandywine were talking back and forth, and one was like, I came to the big scene, and it's where it jumps on his face, and they're like, no, keep reading. He's like, oh my god, yeah, we need to do this movie.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
And the android scene where he gets his head cut off, or well, I guess beat off, really.
Punched off.
That was done with spaghetti and milk, and it looks disgusting.
Yeah.
Nasty.
It looks nasty, and it's set. I watched Covenant just yesterday, and they're still using the white blood just because, back in 79.
Yeah, that's fine.
He decided to use milk for the android blood, and so...
What's the deal with androids being pieces of shit in these movies?
I don't know.
Being
Well, I mean,
weird.
there was one...
Yeah. Well, no, there's two.
Well, yeah, I guess there's
Weird.
two.
Like Lance Hendrickson.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
I don't know. That first one was a faulty unit.
A faulty unit.
Or, that's what he says in Alien.
Faulty.
So, that the older models were faulty units, and then I guess I don't remember his name. David
Fassbender.
Yeah,
Michael Fassbender.
Michael Fassbender. He was the first. Like, he was like the first of his kind or something.
Yeah.
So he actually had his own. He was like a human, and that's why That's why they started making
bleeds
them.
milk.
Yeah, they started making androids less human after him because
So, I really.
So that's a good solid 2 out of 2.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
You got 2 good ones and 2 bad ones. I mean,
I'll give you. Oh yeah, I guess that's true.
Probably the same as humans.
I was pretty glad that the cat lived.
Oh yeah, me too. Yeah, me
I'm
too.
kind of a softie for cats, I guess. For animals.
That whole scene where it's just her left and she's going around the corridors with that cat crate.
Yeah.
That's like the most terrifying part of the movie to me.
Yeah, because you like don't know if what's
and
the
it
fuck
is
going on.
around the corner at one point.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Doesn't she chuck it? I think she drops the cat
and
when has to go back for it. I think when the xenomorph pops out around the corner, I think.
Well, you seen it resting in as like a stowaway. It was like resting in that.
Oh
deal.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Like,
when she gets into the
when leaves and it blows up and then finds out.
That's creepy.
And we're used to old Sigourney Weaver. How fine was 30-year-old Sigourney Weaver? And holy cow,
way better than old Sigourney Weaver. I'll tell you that.
Old Sigourney Weaver, yeah.
We salute you, ma'am.
Yeah. Or basketball playing Sigourney Weaver. God damn it! What the fuck? What have I seen? We'll get to that. Next up is Aliens. You guys have anything else to cover you want to talk about with Aliens? There's so much to talk about, really.
I don't.
With the first one,
you can't go wrong with Alien.
No, I would say
everyone needs to see Alien.
Out of 10, I would give Alien
I'll give it a 10. I'm not going to go off the charts on that one.
I'll give it. I don't know if I'll give it a 10.
You don't want to give it a 10? I'd give it a 10.
I don't give 10s.
You don't give 10s?
No.
I've never seen a 10.
I don't condone 10s.
But I will give it a 9.9.
Yeah, I'll give it a 9.
Yeah, I will give it a 9.9. A solid 9.9.
I'll give it a 10 because it still holds up.
Yeah.
To me, it still holds up, and it's still...
Everything about it holds up.
Yeah. Actually, if you can't give it a 10, then you can give it a 9, and Aliens gets a 10.
Ooh.
Because Aliens is seriously... Like, if you're going to talk about next level sequels, next level movies, T2 and Aliens.
Well, I don't even... I hate to even put Alien and Aliens together because they're two completely separate
they're completely
things.
different things.
They're separate genre, even. Alien is sci-fi horror. Aliens is sci-fi action.
Well, it's got
elements.
It's still got its elements.
I mean,
of horror and
I guess
suspense.
it does.
It's still going to fall in line in that same genre. It's just not going to be as tense.
But
they
are
in a different way.
They are very, very different movies.
Oh, sure,
very different movies. And
so maybe it's hard to rate one or the other.
I don't think I can rate one higher than the other because depending on the mood that I'm in, I will enjoy one or the other more.
I'll give you that.
This, to me, is my favorite of the two. This is actually my second favorite movie of all time.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. No? And my other one's another Jim Cameron movie, too. Yeah. So, yeah. I've seen this in the theater twice in the last 4 years.
Really?
At like midnight showings.
That's
so
awesome.
Can't get enough of it. But,
yeah, being in theater is just so different with your movies.
Yeah, especially a movie as big and fun as this one.
Yeah. Well, and even the small, my favorite movie, one of my favorite movies, we just went and watched, and I would just want to. There's two movies, a couple different movies, and I'm sure there's more I could think of, but there's a few that I'd love to see in theater.
Yeah.
And some that I grew up with that I absolutely love. I got to see Jurassic Park in 3D, and 3D or not doesn't matter. It was still awesome to see it for the very first time in theater because I didn't get a chance. They wouldn't let me go watch it when I was a kid when it first came out. And Twister would be cool. Back to the Future would be cool. We got to see Halloween. That was the best. Halloween and Terminator 2 would be the two coolest movies I think I could watch in theater.
Yeah,
just off the top of my head, really, right now.
Oh, I'd like to see most old movies that I like.
It's just so different. It's so different in a theater. It really
so much
is.
better.
It is, I think.
But that is when this was when we went to go see Halloween. It was $4 to get in. If you go, you drive the same distance from this place right here that way instead of that way, and you're gonna pay $23
Yeah, it's like $10 and some change per ticket.
I think it's $10.65 or something for a ticket.
Yeah.
And then a soda is like $3.75.
There's some people in New York watching this going, "Oh, listen to these guys."
Shit.
Probably.
Oh yeah.
Dude, yeah, we live out in the middle of podunk nowhere.
Yeah, we do. Dude, you go up there and you spend fucking popcorn and a drink. It's like $20 goddamn dollars. That.
If you can't get popcorn and a soda, then you're not going. Then you're not going to the movies.
Yeah.
You know, that's. I mean, that's part of it.
Yeah, you gotta be able to do all that. It's just too fucking expensive. But anyway, we're getting off track.
Yeah. Anyway.
You were talking about Terminator 2, and there's a certain child actor in there that's in the Foppish Dandies Hall of Shame. And speaking of child actors, what did you all think of Carrie Henn and her only screen performance ever? As Newt.
I don't know.
I didn't I really didn't. Just
I thought for a girl with no training, she was really good.
I mean, for no training, absolutely.
Yeah.
It was. I'll give you that.
She looked truly traumatized.
Oh yeah,
sure,
probably was.
Yeah, how could you not be?
Probably was.
But other than that, I just didn't really care that much. I guess I don't know.
Well, and that is like I don't know if it's the only thing that I can find fault in Aliens for, but it's definitely the number one. Like as far as I can think at this moment, the only thing that I can find fault in Aliens is that you're supposed to really care about Newt, and I don't.
I agree. I don't.
You know what I mean? Like that's probably just me. That's probably my fault. Like there's something.
Well, to me, there's the dynamic with her and Ripley.
Yeah,
and that's the whole.
But I care more about Ripley. Like I only want her to come out of it.
Because originally this was when Jim Cameron wrote this. The screenplay was called Mother, before it was to become an Alien. Movie. I don't know how much of it made it in there, but it got adapted into Aliens.
Yeah.
So, that was kind of the heartbeat of the movie for me was them, and of course the Marines coming in, and what a badass ensemble!
Oh my God, yes.
Guys.
Yeah, well, that's
and of course he gets
part.
Most of the people who've already worked with him.
Right.
Yeah,
that's how they work.
The absolute best part of Aliens is the Marine.
Oh, absolutely.
They are, and even though Ripley's she's the focal point of most of these movies, but the Marines are so badass. Like every one of them has something awesome about them that I love.
Yeah. Good quotes.
Who's your favorite one?
Between Hudson and Hicks.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, between the two. Because Hudson's just so, yeah. Hudson's just, you either love him or hate him. I think most people love him.
I would say most people love him.
Yeah, that scene, I don't know if it's in the theatrical version or not, but that scene where he's like, "It's okay, Ripley, we'll protect you. We've got this and that, and guns and knives and sharp sticks," and it's just bravado on top of bravado.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite?
Probably the same.
Yeah.
I'm kind of
Vasquez is mine.
Really?
Vasquez? I fucking love Vasquez.
Really mistaken for a man.
She is such a badass. Like she makes Ripley look like a bitch, dude.
Kind of does.
She does. She's carrying around that big ass gun. And then whenever I can't remember the guy's name, but the other guy that has the big gun. There's her and the other guy.
Oh,
and
I'm ashamed of myself.
They're like a team, I
can't remember. It's been so long.
When the xenomorph gets when they get him, or the acid gets on him from when they're shooting, she goes out to go get him, and they're like, no, they're trying to stop her and shit, and she's like fighting them, trying to get back out there to fight him again. I was like, man, she's got to be she's my favorite. She is. She's such a badass.
Oh yeah.
I love the big ass gun that she carries around.
Yeah, I do too.
I don't know.
What's your favorite quote?
Game over. It's got to be.
Yeah. I figured game over, man.
Yeah, we're fucked.
Yeah, we're fucked. I love Bill Paxton, dude.
Yeah, that's probably the best quote. Either that or, man, it's so cliched, but because when I was a little kid, which I wasn't supposed to be watching this anyway, because all the cuss words,
right?
But when she came out and she was like, "Get away from her, you bitch!"
You bitch. Yeah, get away from me,
that
you
was,
bitch.
And I didn't watch it until
That's like one of the most notable lines in that whole movie. Get away from me, you bitch.
I don't even know if I've seen the theatrical version. To be honest, I really don't think I've seen the theatrical.
I think mine's always been the special edition.
Yeah, I think I've always had.
It runs about 3 hours.
Yeah, I think I've always had the director's cut.
Yeah.
One of my favorite quotes is when they're looking at the floor plans and Hudson's carrying on like he does, and they're like, "This girl survived."
Oh yeah.
Why don't you put her in charge?
Yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah, he's like, well, we ain't got. Talking about how they don't have the ammo and they don't have the manpower and they don't have a way out, and then it's Ripley. She goes, this little girl survived 2 weeks or something.
Yeah,
this little girl survived 2 weeks with no training and no nothing.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
That's all Bill Paxton.
Man. Put her in charge, man.
If you don't like Bill Paxton, you're watching the wrong.
Oh yeah,
dude, I love it. It's hard not to love that dude.
Yeah, I love how he always says, "Man." It's always so stressed.
Yeah,
man.
Paul Reiser's character. What'd you guys think?
I love him, and that little known fact. I guarantee I've never talked to either one of you guys about this. I love Paul Reiser.
Really?
I think he is one of the best slimeball actors of all time.
I agree.
Of all time.
Yeah.
There's not very many actors that can pull that slimeball off like he can. Like, he just comes off as genuinely he wants to fuck these people over.
Yeah.
Like, he really, really, really wants to. Which I don't think either one of you guys have watched it, but he is in Stranger Things Season 2.
I hear nothing but good things about that.
I love to do the first season. Amazing. I watched it.
He's in it, and he is awesome.
That's awesome.
He's awesome. And like, I won't say anything about it. I don't want to spoil anything for you guys. But even though like there will be times that you hate his guts, but don't lose faith in him.
Yeah.
Don't lose faith in him. You got to believe in the Riser.
This was my first Alien movie.
Really?
And I saw it late night, like after the news, and show late movies and stuff. And I think I missed the first part of it, but that might be kind of like your bias with Halloween. One too is your favorite. And I think I saw it when I was like 13 or something. And I could tell at 13, Paul Reiser's just a scumbag.
Yeah.
And he's trying to gain Ripley's trust in the beginning. Like, do not trust that guy.
Mm-hmm.
But
I love him. That's one thing that's one of those people that I never really bring up that I love them and I love everything that they do until somebody asks me, because they're so obscure.
Right.
Like, they're such a, he's not in a whole lot. And another one, and this has nothing to do with any of these movies we're talking about, but another actor that I absolutely love that nobody would guess is Billy Crystal.
Yeah.
I love Billy Crystal.
I like Billy Crystal.
Almost storming the castle.
Almost everything he's in is great. Princess Bride. I love Princess Bride.
He was one of the absolute best things about Princess Bride, and most people, if they're not like a film buff like we are, most people would never even know that he was in it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Well, he had such a minor role.
Yeah. And he was so done up with
how do you
makeup.
not know that's Billy Crystal, though? Like, honestly. Like, I knew exactly who both of those actors were.
Yeah.
Like, that's insane.
Yeah, but most people don't watch movies like you do.
Well, they don't pay attention. Well, I mean, there's people who haven't, to this day, watched. I just rented to a woman, Princess Bride, the other day, who has never seen it. 31, 30 years old.
Yeah.
Never watched it.
Well, I mean, it's not... It's kind of a...
We're talking somebody who's seen movies. Like, I mean, and I was like,
it's kind of a cult classic, really,
if
you think about it.
It is,
I mean, it kind of
is.
It's more of a mainstream cult classic.
I can quote that movie all fucking day.
Yeah.
It's not even like it's the best movie in the world. It's just a great... But it's
it's one of.
It's just one of those movies that has something for everybody.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about it.
Yeah.
Crystal, though, have you watched Parental Guidance, actually?
Yeah.
No.
That is actually really good. You'll like him. Yeah. He's him and Bette Midler are husband and wife.
I hate her.
I don't hate Bette Midler. But I'm not going to go out of my way to watch something with her in it. Yeah. Like, the reason I watch, because it has Marisa Tomei and it has...
I like her.
Yeah. Well, how do you not?
Yeah, how do you not?
So, anyway.
I'm just thinking of the wrestler right now.
Yeah, I know. It's hard not to.
Exactly. How do you not?
Exactly. How do you not? There's another one. And she was pretty hot in My Cousin Vinny too, which that's a really good movie. I love My Cousin Vinny. Yeah. No, you need to watch that movie. It's just a good family, wholesome movie. Yeah. It's about them coming, like their parents need to do something, like he's on a business trip or something, so they come down to watch the kids, and they're little fucking hellions, and they have no respect for anything, and they're trying to kind of get in good graces with their daughter again about, taking care of the kids and get to know their kids, and they quickly find out these kids are little shitheads. Just like a lot of this generations have become a little worse, and they become more involved in technology. And there's even a scene with the baseball where he finds out that they're not keeping score. Like everybody gets to hit till gets to swing until they hit, or hit till they get on base. And he's like, no, that's not how this shit works. Like,
yeah, because he was a minor league.
Yeah, he was a minor league.
Oh, I have watched this.
Okay, he's the minor league announcer.
I did watch.
And he's like, that's not how this game works. You can't teach any. He's like, and then he ends up spanking the kid. It's a really good movie.
Yeah, I have watched that.
Yeah, that's why I love Billy Crystal.
Yeah,
that was a really good, more recent one.
Yeah,
with him,
that was great for him because he is a huge baseball nut.
Oh yeah. Did a great job.
Anyway, back to Aliens.
Enough
of the Billy
on this
episode.
episode.
Yeah, on this episode. No, Aliens. Like I said about Alien. I said it is top tier sci-fi horror. Aliens is top tier
sci-fi action.
Yep. I gave Alien a 9.9. I will give Aliens a 9.9 out of 10.
9.5 for me.
Yeah,
that's as high as I give.
Well, I'm more lenient. I am more lenient. I have about 800 billion
10 out of 10 would bang
favorite songs, so I can't really, I can never.
That's another one, like you said, it goes with your mood.
Talking music,
yes,
the percussive score for this thing, that final score where they're leaving the planet, and dun 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 dun.
Yeah,
it's been used on everything.
Oh yeah,
And, I'm a big music guy. I play guitar for this podcast a little bit. I always thought if I was ever in a band, that would be my walk-on music.
Yeah.
Is that Aliens theme? It would just be badass and hit the first chord.
Yeah. I talked about how awesome the practical effects were in Alien, and Aliens took it even further. The Queen was amazing looking, amazing, and on top of that, the car. I don't know if you call it a car. Yeah, the APC that they ride in. That was a model.
Yeah.
And people don't understand, most people don't understand just how much had to go into that. Every single time that APC got drove into a wall, they put a dent in it. Every time there was a scratch, they put a scratch on it.
Yeah.
Attention to detail.
Yeah, it was amazing. Everything about it was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. Not there wasn't a slip up here or a slip up there. James Cameron, he paid attention to every single little detail.
Yeah.
And there was the director's cut's 3 hours. So he paid attention to 3 hours of this movie. I can't even pay attention when I'm doing anything
for 3 hours.
And he did it for 3-hour movie.
Yeah.
It would have been painstaking to go through all of that. Or, he just...
That's what I'm talking about, those older ass movies with people who like that attention to detail. They just do it.
They do it because they love it, not for money.
They just make such great, long-lasting movies. Even if they weren't great, you remember this shit. They were the creativity to come out of these... look at Total Recall, the original.
Yeah.
And look at Fifth Element.
Yeah.
Look how original and crazy these movies are that may not hold up visually completely, but the sheer scope of the movie, like a movie like Fifth Element, is amazing.
Yeah,
they don't make shit like that anymore because they don't have they realize that, and Carpenter even said it, I think, on that deal right before Halloween, and he said, if he didn't, he said it in another panel, but guys are just making these reboots and these remakes and all this other shit over and over again because it's fast, easy money.
Yeah.
They realize that people will go watch this shit no matter what. Yeah, and it's easy, and they don't have to try anymore.
Yep.
You don't have to do anything anymore.
Yep.
Like, really. It's just easy. It's just the easiest way to make a bunch of fucking money really quick.
Yep.
That's it. And we don't have shit like that anymore. We don't have... And I think Valerian, City of a Thousand Planets, it's coming out the end of this month on DVD and Blu-ray. And I didn't get a chance to go watch it. I've heard really good things about it. It's another one of those Luc Besson, Fifth Element, it's kind of movies. It's his movie. And I think it's going to be one of those that become a cult classic after it comes out, because people are going to love it after they watch it, but it didn't do shit in the theaters because things like that don't do well in theaters.
There's a lot of stuff out there like that'll probably never see the light of day just because people want to invest in an original idea.
No. And I love my superhero movies like the rest of everybody. Oh, yeah. Sure, I'll go fucking give them all kinds of money for that. Yeah. We're huge fans of that. But that's not the end-all be-all. We still have... I still have fucking a business to run here, and I can't just... There's not enough... They can't pump out enough superhero movies a year for me to stay in business. No. Because everybody They're trying. Everybody else is just so fucking up in arms about not being able to rent anything good anymore. And that's, there's nothing good and original coming out like Aliens anymore, like Back to the Future, shit like that.
Well, and like you were saying, there's everybody that does a remake or a sequel to something, it's always just a cheap money grab. Mm-hmm. And Alien leading into Aliens, like Aliens was so different than Alien that even though it's a sequel, it's completely original. Mm-hmm. Just because the bad guy or the xenomorph, that stayed the same, and the lead character stayed the same, mm-hmm. and the main, I consider the main bad guy, which is the company. Yeah. Those are the only three things that stayed the same. Yeah. Everything else changed. Yeah. Everything. The mood, the setting, like this was on a planet, for most of it was on a planet, and the first one was...
The plot was different.
Yeah, it was all different. Yeah. And, you don't have that shit no more. No. You don't. No. If...
But, when it comes to good, there also comes a lot of bad, and it's just like with any other series. And then...
Oh, there's really bad.
And then you start getting into 3 and Resurrection. So let's get into 3, and let's talk... And I'll let you guys take it away, because this is one that I've watched most of Resurrection, but I actually did not get a chance to watch 3, so I'll let you guys kind of talk, give your thoughts on 3.
Me and Andrew,
Please get into it.
We agree on most, but disagree on the main, I think.
Oh, yeah, we agree to disagree.
Yeah.
yeah. Let's hear it.
Because Alien 3 is garbage. It really is. As an Alien movie, Alien 3 is garbage. But if you look at it like just a regular action suspenseful movie, it's not that bad. It is bad, but it's not the worst. Like, I've seen way worse.
I would agree with that.
But if you are watching 3 after you watch Aliens,
you're going to be pissed off.
You are going to be pissed off. It is going to ruin... It maybe not ruin the franchise for you because the first 2 were so good, but it will damn near ruin you.
I like to pretend that Ripley and Hicks and Newt are still floating out there like she was at the end of the first movie.
Yeah. And 3 never happened.
Yeah. But it did happen. And like you said, as a movie, there are some things I like about it.
Yeah, there's things.
To kill off your principal characters before the credits start rolling.
Yeah.
All but one. And, these other characters were the heart of the movie that everybody loved.
Yeah.
They had to have known there was going to be backlash. And
I think, just like Brandon was saying, I think that they seen money and they were like, well, I guess we can just...
Oh, I guarantee it.
And that was the deal on the making of this movie. They said they'd set a release date for sometime in 1992, May, I think. And instead of waiting around for a great script, they went to meet a release date instead, and this happened.
Yeah.
Because there's multiple scripts floating around, one about a wooden planet.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that would have been any better, but it would have been...
That doesn't even sound good.
It would have been interesting.
It would have been different.
And you know, some of the characters wear this. They were supposed to be monks on the wooden planet.
Yeah.
Some of the characters wear these like robe looking. I wonder if maybe they didn't already start wardrobe or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they probably started some of it because, you know, they all had...
Just throw the robes on them.
Right.
Well, and they, you know, there was a couple of them had crosses
Anybody
on
asked
their
for
forehead.
Scientology?
Yeah. There's a big religious undertone.
Yeah. Oh,
yes. But those guys, the convicts, are like one of the worst parts of the movie for me. You know, they're all these British-speaking bald guys with no personality. They all just drop F-bombs. The dialogue's terrible.
They all are the same except for the leader.
Right, and you talking about the black guy?
Yeah.
I can't think of his name. He's been in a lot of stuff. I like him.
He was pretty good.
Yeah.
Except I hated his death. I thought it was so stupid.
Fist fighting the alien.
Yeah. You know, I think he's like, "Come and get it, motherfucker," and then it just comes and gets it. Like
this is what the dialogue was like.
You know what I mean? Like that was terrible.
Now I did like some of the chasing through the corridors.
Yeah.
Where they're trying to trap it.
Yeah.
Because they had no weapons. No.
Yeah.
They had like torches and stuff, and that was it. But it's rough.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
I don't even know if I want to watch it. I really don't. It's a
decent sci-fi horror. If you're going into it wanting good dialogue, you're not going to get it. If you're going into it hoping to see your favorite characters from 2, you're not gonna have a good time.
There are a few good characters. Charles Dance from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
He plays Ripley's kind of love interest.
Yeah, and he was good. He was really good.
He was really good for like 20 minutes he was in the movie.
Yeah, he was really good. And intriguing. It like his backstory was intriguing. I wonder what happened there, because like they built up his backstory and then boom, all of a sudden
he got addicted to like some of the medicine he was prescribing.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, he was hooked on morphine, and so he got demoted to being
on a prison. Yeah, I would suggest that you watch it, Brandon, just so, if nothing else, to hold the first 2 in higher regard.
Yeah.
If I'm really feeling down on 1 or 2 somehow, I'll make sure to watch that.
They have to shave everybody's head because of lice.
Oh God. So that makes sense, actually. Now seeing the trailers.
Yeah, I mean it does. I mean it makes sense to shave her head because of the lice, I guess. I don't really know. Like it has moments where I'm like, this isn't that bad. This is okay. I've seen way worse. And then there's other times when I'm like, oh my God, this is just the worst.
Yeah. like there's one line, and I don't know, I could see the argument for this, but there's when Ripley's looking for the alien to see if it'll actually come get her, because the surprise is she's actually somehow got an alien inside of her between the second movie and this one, even though she never got attacked.
Yeah.
But I don't know, maybe in the EEV it attacked her, but she says, "You've been in my life so long, I don't know anything else." When she's literally been confronting the alien for maybe a week.
Yeah.
Tops.
Yeah.
I mean, when you think about it, she floated in space for 50 years. Just bad dialogue.
Yeah.
God.
Bad. But, I don't know, is there anything else that you want to say about it?
I don't know. I don't know. I thought the set was really cool. The setting was neat, I guess. It was different. It was different. That's about the best I can say. The crazy guy, that was like, if you watch the director's cut, he lets the xenomorph out.
Yeah, they capture it.
He goes, like, there's a guy standing guard in front of the door. They have it captured.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a guy standing guard in front of the door, and the crazy guy gets loose, kills him, and then lets the xenomorph out. And then later, he helps them, he helps her. He's the last one alive.
He is, yeah. He gets shot in the leg or something.
Yeah, he's the only one left alive. Like, what the fuck? That was terrible. That was just, there was no foresight, I don't think. I think they just kind of jumped into it, and and was like, "Here you go."
One interesting element to this one is the alien takes on the characteristics of its host, or the facehugger. It jumps on a dog and then births out of this dog. And so it's extremely fast. Like this one's faster than it runs like a dog after people.
Huh.
So that's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
One of the few things I like about it.
So it kind of adapts to what it's birthed out of a little bit. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I mean that's about it.
Well, it don't sound like it gets much better because I know I've seen bits and pieces of Resurrection. I've seen a lot. I've seen several been on. I just didn't get a chance to watch it all in full. And I don't think I could have actually sit down and watched it all anyway after what I've fucking seen.
Yeah.
Now, see, this is my Halloween 3 syndrome. Mm-hmm. It's a weird movie. I think this was meant to be like a dark comedy.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways, which maybe isn't the best alien movie.
I can tell the shit that because
Joss Whedon wrote this,
right? And that disappoints me because Joss Whedon's usually better than that most of the time. Although there are some shit like when he did Buffy, there was some shit that got way out there.
He came out and said that he was pissed at the way that it turned out because that's not how he wrote it, and he said he wanted it to be a dark comedy.
Okay, well maybe then,
or like a more lighthearted is what he said, a more lighthearted alien, and I don't see how that would work.
That shit happens a lot. I mean, in movies anyway, and just film period. I mean, there were some issues on H2O for Halloween. There was issues in big issues in 6, and that was like a big power struggle between the Akkads, the Weinsteins,
and it usually boils down to foreign directors.
Yeah, that too.
It really does. Like foreign directors apparently they're wicked hard to work with. Like they think that their vision is it.
Yeah,
they're very different.
Director.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The fucking French one's the same way. That's the same. That's why 5 was the way it was.
Yeah.
But don't hurt me, guys. I enjoyed this movie until the last act.
Yeah.
And oh my god.
Well, that's what we were talking about it earlier, and I, like I said, the last 15 minutes
is the god awfulest, weirdest shit I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's too weird for a guy who likes Halloween 3.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing though. Like Halloween 3 is at least somewhat of as hokey as it is at least somewhat put together well enough to. I mean, at least you have you had a competent person. Tommy Lee Wallace is a competent person.
Yeah.
He's not that bad. Like this was fucking stupid.
Yeah.
There's the difference between weird and stupid.
That's the thing. The thing about this movie is the scenes that I really have problems with that really just tank this one for me is they are so stupid that they're unforgivable. Like there's redeeming qualities in this one just like there is in 3. But the shit in 3 that I can't forgive is the same as the shit that I can't forgive in Resurrection. They're unforgivable sins against this franchise.
What's up with like movies with Resurrection in the title that are just awful?
I told you that when I was in your store the other day, I say, if I dare you to find a movie with Resurrection in the name that is good, I dare you to find it because it doesn't fucking exist.
I don't know any of them.
I dare you. I dare you to. You come at me. Come at me with that. Come at me. I dare you. Find it.
What scenes are you talking? We talked a little bit. Are you talking about the one where the chest burster goes through the back of his head?
Yeah, that's one of the worst things.
There's some dumb stuff. The general. I kind of like the scene because it's so wacky. The scene where the alien gets the general in the back of the head and he doesn't die right away and he pulls out a piece of his brain and looks.
Yeah.
That's weird, but for some reason,
well, that's hokey. That's the hokey fun stuff.
That's not the worst of it.
Yeah,
like that.
I love when the
stuff is fine.
I love when the chest burster happened to that one guy, and they just all fucking lit him up with their guns.
They're all just standing there, doing nothing.
Yeah, they're just
the
freaking
whole
out,
time,
and then they just and then Winona Ryder just like freaks out and starts shooting, and they all start shooting, and fucking Ron Perlman's face, because he's a goofy looking dude anyway, so like his face, and I don't know, like. Another ensemble cast that we all know and mostly like. I mean, but it was just such a fucking terrible.
The baby alien.
No, that was awful.
Yeah,
my God.
I just watched this last night and today, and I just skipped that part.
It's unforgivable.
It's absolutely
that is unforgivable.
It is absolute
and these
trash.
were the same guys that created the Queen and everything.
Yeah, it looks like a dick with eyes. Like it looks terrible, like a bad deformed, like it just fell in some kind of nuclear waste. Dick and grew eyes. That was how bad that thing.
It's not good.
Let's see. There's that. There's
it's laughable how bad it is.
There's the part where the guy bounces the bullets off the ceiling.
Yeah.
Oh my god! And it went through his helmet and fucking killed. Oh my god!
That's
even though he was an awesome character.
Absolutely.
How about all the Sigourney Weaver parts? Her being a fucking.
That's the other thing I was going to say. The fact that they over sexualized her so much was kind of nauseating because when this came out,
it somehow was more nauseating than her playing basketball.
I think I was a little bit. I think I was like 9 when it came out. I'm pretty sure. I was young. I'll put it that way. And I watched this the day that it came out, and I remember like being, just like kind of repulsed by the way she was touching people and the way she was touching the alien.
I didn't see the whole scene, but that scene looked like she had a pretty sexual tension kind of moment with Winona Ryder.
Absolutely.
That looked weird as shit.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, she tried to screw
like
every single
everybody.
thing. Yeah, she did,
including the aliens. Yeah, that's fucking weird.
It's weird.
Why did she even sign on for that?
I don't know.
$11 million.
Oh, okay,
there you go.
I mean, that's pretty good. Said they brought a dump truck full of money.
She just opened her legs like, alien, fuck me.
Yeah. I would let it too.
This is retarded. I will never do such $11 million.
Okay.
Where's the alien?
Where's it at? I'm gonna fuck it.
Yeah, I'm gonna fuck it right now.
I'm gonna fuck this alien.
I'm fixins to fuck it. I'm fixins to fuck it.
Yeah, get that porno music going.
Where's that alien dick?
That is about how I imagine it happening.
I guarantee it. Where'd that dick? $11 million. God damn.
Redeeming qualities about this movie.
Not one.
Ron Perlman's in it.
Ron Perlman.
Art direction wise, this is like maybe my second or third favorite look of a movie.
All right.
Yeah. Everything's got this amber tone.
Yeah.
Sometimes it looks monochromatic. The way they hid the lights in the walls and the floor, everything's lit like it's got that French, the art direction.
I'll give there's one redeeming quality from this one, that it probably has one of the scariest alien moments of any of them, and that's the alien swimming underwater is terrifying.
Yeah.
And I'm terrified of sharks. I don't do the ocean. Like, it's not gonna happen.
There's a lot more things that are in the ocean that I don't know about that are scarier than sharks, though. Like, just imagining what the ocean would be like with.
You have no idea. Like, nobody does.
No,
nobody.
That's what's so fucking scary.
We can't go down far enough to see.
We're worried about going into outer space, and because you can't really go beyond a certain point in the ocean.
Xenomorph would tear Jaws up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It would.
Yeah.
It would. And if it didn't, I mean, there's other ones.
Yeah.
It'd probably just hatch babies in it.
I guarantee it. Let's have xenomorph sharks.
Yeah.
Oh
and then it would take. And then if Alien 3. If that's canon, then it'd take on the qualities of the shark.
I guarantee it.
That's
that's how you get like sharks with laser beams attached to their freaking heads.
Exactly. That is Dr. Evil's wet dream.
Yeah. First, we're gonna put a xenomorph in an egg, and then we're gonna put it in the ocean, and we're gonna let it rape all these other sharks.
I don't know how much more you guys want to talk about this before we close up shop.
Yeah, it's about time to close.
But I've got a little rant.
Okay, you go right ahead, lay it on us.
I bought the quadrilogy, which is a great set. It was like one of the first DVD sets that had like the 2 to 3 hour documentaries. Have you guys seen any of the behind it?
I've seen
awesome.
some. I've seen some.
I bought it when it came out. Spent almost my entire Christmas bonus. That's when this thing was like close to $100 when it came out. And I was sitting there at Thanksgiving, said I got to get this, and so I did. And I watched the making. I kind of like this movie. Most of it.
Yeah. More than I do.
There's some stupid parts in it. I grant you that. It's not good, but I like it. Mm-hmm. David Giler, who is part of the Brandywine production crew that did the first 3 movies, and they got production credit for this and didn't do a thing.
Yeah.
There were actual other producers, so he got paid and still said this about the movie. He said, I read this script and said, they're just going to kill this franchise. I can feel my ears getting red right now. You son of a guns came up with the script for Alien 3, and you literally killed the franchise player off.
Yeah.
And you want to say, this is going to kill the franchise?
Yeah, you're worried about this now?
I grant you, Alien Resurrection dumped a truckload full of dirt on the franchise he already killed, but it got me so hot whenever I heard that. And if this guy wasn't 80 years old, I'd have Brandon put put my address in the comment section. so
Fight me, bro.
A little bit. Oh yeah,
Fight me,
I will
bro.
fly out to California
right
today.
now.
David Geiler, if you're out there, you are indeed a foppish dandy.
Yeah.
Screw you, sir.
In the truest form.
Yeah.
In the truest form.
Yeah.
We do it ironically.
Yeah.
Because we're not like that.
And I hate to say
That's
that,
the whole point of the name.
Him and Walter Hill made some good movies.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah, but to say it, like, if you had anything to do with 3, you cannot talk shit on Resurrection.
Right.
You can't.
No.
It just, you just can't.
No.
That's preposterous. Like, they're both garbage.
That's ludicrous.
Yeah, that's ludicrous.
Ludicrous.
That's Chris ludicrous. Like, you can't, I don't know. Now, if you had made Alien and Aliens and then not done 3, then yeah, talk shit on Resurrection all day long.
Right.
Do it. Do
Yeah.
it. You talk shit on it all day long. But if you had anything to do with 3, you cannot talk shit on Resurrection.
Yeah, you might as well get the fuck out of here.
Either way, and or either. You can't talk shit on Alien 3 if you were a part of Alien Resurrection. I think.
No, I agree.
Because they are both garbage. Just, they're both garbage in different ways. And garbage might be a strong word, because I can watch both of them.
And even the garbage movies separate fans. That's what's awesome about it. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
they
like
are.
even
They
the
are.
garbage movies separate fans.
Yeah,
in
because,
their own little cult thing.
I like 3 better than Resurrection.
Right.
He likes Resurrection better than 3.
Yeah.
And most people agree with him.
Yeah.
Like, I guarantee you,
because it's so absurd, I guess.
if you...
Yeah, to me, it's the Jason X.
Right.
Of
Yeah.
this franchise.
Right.
It's,
It
so,
is.
it's 200
see
years
that.
in the future.
Yeah, you're right about that. It is. And I do love...
But we all like Jason X because of the
Right.
absurdity, and this
Yeah.
is just the absurdity that we can't handle.
That might be a bad comparison because I think Jason X is better. But
Oh, yeah, I
sure.
do too.
It is. Well, it is.
I do too.
At least that's pretty sad that this is more structured.
Yeah.
From the most part.
Yeah.
Than that fucking that scene where she was dumped and it was like I don't know, she was like bathing in the what the fuck was that?
In the alien orgy.
My God.
Yeah.
it's just weird on top of weird.
Wow.
Yeah.
But
It's like they, and the thing that I hate most about Resurrection compared to 3 is Resurrection. It's like they took the most vile things they could think of and they were like, yeah, let's do that. Like, how can we make people feel more sick? How can we do this? How can we do that? Like any time you have something to do with babies or anything like that, that's you're getting there. You're getting to people's gross point.
Yeah.
Anytime you do something with pregnant women or babies or anything, anytime you have to
getting
have
to
something to
that
do with
line.
rape or anything like that.
Yeah, you're getting to a line where you need to be very, very careful.
Exactly.
And tread it.
And Resurrection was like that, where they were like, what is the most repulsive thing we can think of? Let's do that.
Yeah.
Where 3 wasn't necessarily like that.
That's over the top crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it was bad, but it wasn't, they weren't trying to insult you with the nastiness.
It's almost like they were themselves sick of this shit, so like, we're just gonna fucking kill it.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah.
That's
I did sitting here. I did just think of 2 other things I liked about this movie, though. The crew of the Betty.
Yeah.
Of course, Joss Whedon wrote this, and you can see where he was going with Firefly.
Yeah.
A few
Yeah.
years,
Oh, yeah.
A few years later
Yeah.
with this, which I absolutely love.
which is an absolute cult classic that everybody says they want back, but will never happen.
You can see him in almost every one of those characters, with a few exceptions.
Yeah.
And then what's his face, Chucky as Gediman, the weird lab guy. This
Brad Dourif or
Brad Dourif.
Brad
yes.
Dourif, yeah.
Yeah, he was.
I think it's right, Brad Dourif.
Yeah, I think so.
He was meant for a role like that.
Yeah,
Yes.
he actually was Sheriff Brackett in the remake, Rob Zombie's remake Halloween.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
I may give that a watch. I don't know.
it's ridiculous. You do need to watch the first one just to see what you like. I don't think you'll like it. Don't watch H2. Don't even waste your fucking time. Absolutely terrible. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I hate to get into. We're pretty much out of time now, and I think we probably should save the prequels to later.
Yeah,
Like Prometheus was good, and so is Covenant.
I think
but
they kind of deserve. They
I think
deserve
so.
their own thing.
Well, there's some more stuff to talk about, and I think there's another one coming out, and I think we should revisit it later.
Yeah, I agree.
Since we're running out of time now, and then
sometime
and then like what we're doing, what we did with Predator, we're not going to talk about AVP.
Yeah,
like I'm just not.
Yeah, there's no need. They're not canon.
No, they're not canon. They're just fun. If we want to do it one day, maybe we will, but not right now. So we just wanted to kind of get the first main series out of the way. And I don't know, you guys got anything to close out with?
I think I said pretty much everything I want to say.
I really don't have much. I don't have a big dog in this fight. You know, like I'm kind of like with Predator. I mean, I like the movies, and I just I think they're great. I think I like these better than Predator movies.
Really.
I mean, the first Predator was fucking amazing. I can't say that I don't like that one, but like Alien and Aliens, two of the most solid movies.
I like this.
Just a little bit better than Predator.
Yeah,
just the way I am, because there's so many other things with Arnold that he did better. That
oh yeah,
you know what I mean. And Predator's cool, but I'm not saying I'm an Alien over Predator guy. I'm just the movie wise. That's that's how I feel.
Well, if that's the case, if we're done, then this is. Brandon, Chris, and Andrew, last three survivors of the Nostromo, signing out.
Yeah. See y'all later.
See you.